Hello, welcome to Happy Homebrew, Happy Eating Stinson. Right, I haven't done a video for a bit, but I went to a brew shop the other day, and there was a guy in there asking a few questions, a bit of advice, and he seemed a little bit, didn't really understand what they were saying to him. So I thought I'd shoot this little video. So it isn't a beer review, it's not a food review, it's about something about how you set beers up. So as I've said before, I found the best way of putting beer is through a proper beer engine, but there's several ways of doing it. Now the big issue at the moment are these things, these Hamilton Bard S30 gas cylinders. Now these are a problem. They've been used that many times. The company that produced them, which is Hamilton Bard, as far as I know, either the machinery broke or they sold it and they don't want to do them anymore. So these are disappearing, which is the absolute standard gas cylinder for any sort of beer injectors. And the shop didn't seem to know an alternative. They were explaining to the guy to use those little bulbs that you used to get. If my cameraman points up to there, I'm talking about the bulbs that I used to get in a soda stream into like a soda bottle. That you can't. I wouldn't recommend them at all. So the problem is these are disappearing, and everybody's panicking. But there's a very, very simple solution. All you need to get off the internet on the side of the bar is one of these. Now this is an S30 valve, replacement valve. You can buy them on the internet. This cost about 15 quid. Don't lose a little plastic seal that fits inside. Now SodaStream is a big company. I think it's owned by Schweppes, I'm not sure, but it's an American company. They produce cylinders like this, but about twice the size. They're about 20 quid. You can get them from Argus, you can get them from the range, you can get them from all sorts of shops. Any cook shop will sell Schweppes. They're not going to disappear, SodaStream, you know, the pop bottle things. So all this does is that screws onto the SodaStream bottle, because it's a completely different fitting, but that will then inject. That will then inject, if I can get this out, that will then inject into the S30 by when you push it, it pushes up, injects the gas, and then you take it off. So it'll do the same thing, except it won't screw onto here. So that solves that replaces them. You can chuck these in the bin and forget about them. Okay? So that's that. So there's no need to buy any expensive equipment. All you need to do is buy an S30 adapter and a SodaStream cartridge. Now, the best way, as I've said, is to go to a beer engine, have a collapsible plastic barrel, which you can buy. These three cost me 3 quid. If you want to buy one from a homebrew place, it'll cost you about 10 or 15. It's up to you. You can buy bigger ones. I put these in small 10-litre ones, and I'm now splitting a brew onto 3, so I can actually change the beers very quickly. So instead of putting your tap on, right, all I do is I put the beer in here, condition the beer in here, and then I've got the other tap which I screw on. Right. So this will turn on and off, on and off, on and off, and then it's on a push valve. Right, so the push valve then goes to the beer engine. So I'll just push in and then push out. Push in and push out. So that's that basically. So that's the easiest way, and you don't need any gas at all that way. The only thing is, if you invested money and you bought one of these things, which are brilliant, these Cornelius kegs, you think, well, you know, I've spent a lot of money here. This was 150 quid. You couldn't get the gas. Well, I've explained how to use the gas. Sometimes these are fitted differently. These injectors are fitted on the side and are fitted directly in, but either way, it's still an S30 adapter. You don't need to use that to do that. If you buy one of these things, which is a gas check valve. Now, a gas check valve you can buy off a proper beer suppliers, again off the internet. And what happens is that's a one-way valve. So again, that fits exactly the same. It's a push connector, so the connector goes from there into there, rather than that going into the tap. I've then put a hose pipe on the outlet, and then an in and out valve, again a push valve, like I showed you before, onto the tap. So that will lock in the same. And then what happens is that then runs to my barrel through the normal connector. And when this is locked on, you don't need any gas. It'll let air in as you pull through the beer engine. So you're only drawing liquid, so it won't actually affect that. You still have to use a little bit of gas now and then, but when I'm talking, you only have to keep it at about 5 psi rather than about 40 psi. So one of these gas cylinders will last you 12 months, 18 months, one. So you can do it that way. So it's a gas check valve, that's problem sorted. So I'll show you how to do it, dispense with your S30s, showing you what to buy. I've told you the best system with the beer engine, so there's no reason why you can't go ahead and stop worrying about it and get yourself brewing. Okay, all right, I hope that's been a bit helpful. Cheers, thank you. Ta-da.